Good morning, all my dear students. Today, one more new lesson, one more new topic. Last time we have completed one simple story. Today, we are taking grammar guide block 3. Correct? And we are taking clauses. Do you know clauses means what? No? Then let's learn what. So, we are taking block 3, lesson number 3 clauses. Okay. Here they have given one simple example of clauses. So clause means such a sentence which has a separate subject and a predicate. Okay, it is a meaningful sentence. Okay, and there is another thing which is phrases. It's a group of words which doesn't have a complete meaning. Okay, so let's start with clauses. Samia took notes while watching a cooking show, but the dish didn't turn out too well. So compare the notes with the actual recipe. So let's check. Samia, one girl is there while watching television. She was just taking notes of one of the recipe, but she had written it in a shortcut manner. So like fry the chopped onions, add the ginger garlic paste, add salt, chili powder and other spices, add tomato puree, add the beans, add a few cups of water, cook in a pressure cooker for 20 minutes. So this is how she had written, but the recipe didn't turn out too well. Why? Because she had written it in a point wise manner, not in a complete sentence manner. Okay, so let's check the actual method or a recipe. So you will come to know the difference, because in actual recipe you can see there they have used dependent and independent clauses and they are joined with conjunction. We know conjunction means what. Okay, with the help of them we can join a sentence, two separate sentences together, like and, but, or. These are the main conjunctions. So let's check. Fry the chopped onions. Add the ginger garlic paste once the onions have turned golden brown. After the paste is cooked well, add salt, chili powder and other spices. Next, add a cup of tomato puree and cook until the puree begins to bubble. Okay, so here they have used and. Then add the beans once again and a few cups of water. Let the water heat up before closing the pressure cooker and letting it cook for 20 minutes. Letting it cook for 20 minutes. This is how the recipe is. Okay, so let's take some of the more examples so that you will come to know. I hope you must have understood how these sentences are. They are complete in meaning. Here they have incomplete meaning, but here each and every sentence has its own meaning. Why? Because every sentence has got its subject and predicate. Its subject and predicate. So this is the main difference between these short sentences or the points, or between this a complete method or a recipe. You can see here few examples. First, let's understand independent clause. First we'll try to understand independent clause. Okay, subject plus predicate. You can see here subject, the shape and the remaining part is nothing but a predicate. We have already seen what is subject and predicate. Subject means one who does an action, and predicate means what is the action or what that subject has done. That thing is nothing but a predicate. Okay, so independent clause expresses a complete thought, means it's a sentence with a complete meaning. Second, it can stand alone as a sentence because it has separate subject and predicate. That's why it can stand alone as a sentence. Okay, a sentence can have two independent clauses connected by a coordinating conjunction. Okay, In some of the cases, some of the examples, there would be two separate sentences, but by adding conjunction we can make it as a separate sentence, which you can see here. Like you can see here, the shape fried the chopped onions, and this and is there, this and is there, like this is a coordinating conjunction. Okay, her assistant washed the rice. Now you can see here the shape is a subject and this remaining part is a predicate. Here her assistant is a subject, means both of the sentences they have their separate subject as well as predicate. Correct. Only thing is that we added and we made these two separate sentences as a one. Next, let's check dependent clause. We'll check this second one, dependent clause. In dependent clause, subordinating conjunction would be there, plus there would be a subject, plus a predicate would be there. Can you see here? Subordinating conjunction plus subject is there, plus predicate is there. You can see there are two types of conjunction. One is coordinating and another one is subordinating. Okay, so after the paste is cooked well, means this particular sentence is dependent on another sentence for its complete meaning. It expresses an incomplete thought. Why? The paste is cooked well. Okay, but what is the next? Okay, after the paste is cooked well, so here it's an incomplete sentence. So this is called as dependent clause, which depends on another clause for its separate meaning. A sentence with a dependent clause must also have an independent clause to express a complete thought. The two clauses are connected by a subordinating conjunction. Okay, coordinating means when we join two sentences together and they have their subject and predicate, both of them. That is nothing but a coordinating conjunction. Okay, and subordinating conjunction means such a sentence wherein the sentence is dependent for its complete meaning on main clause, then it is a dependent clause. And the type of the conjunction is subordinating conjunction, like this while it is a subordinating conjunction. You can see there are some of the others as well, after, although, as, because, before, if, since, unless, until, when, whenever, while. These are all subordinating conjunctions. So do remember all these. Correct. The example is while the chef roasted the chopped onions, her assistant washed the rice. Okay. Her assistant washed the rice is a main clause. Okay. And in the second, while the chef roasted the chopped onions. Okay. So here the second one is the main clause and this first one is subordinating clause. You can see it easily. Okay, so I hope you have understood the difference between independent clause and dependent clause. Now let's practice. I'm not going to answer you all the questions but only one or two, and remaining all the question answers you have to complete at home and in your notebook, and you have to send the same to me. Rewrite the sentence, circle the subjects and underline the predicate in each of the clauses. What you are supposed to do here. Whenever I enter their kitchen, I am hit by a wonderful combination of aromas. Okay, so here you have to write about, or you have to just circle the subjects like this, and you have to just underline the predicate. I am hit by a wonderful combination of aromas like this. Correct? You have to do like this. You have to separate subject and predicate. For a subject, you have to just circle it and to the predicate you have to just underline it. Correct. Next, second one, sort the conjunctions into two boxes. You have to make two separate boxes. Okay, you can do like this separate two boxes. In one box you have to write coordinating conjunction, in one subordinating conjunction, like that you have to do. Correct. So let's just check. You have to remember one thing very well, students. Coordinating, independent and subordinating, okay, is equal to dependent. When independent clause and subordinating clause is used, okay, subordinating conjunction is used, at that time that is a dependent clause. Correct. For, after, nor, because, when, until, though, unless, but, yet, since, or. So you have to separate coordinating. Coordinating is what? Okay, or is coordinating, but is coordinating. So you have to find out the subordinating as well as coordinating, means you have to separate them in a table or two boxes. Let's take the third one. Identify the independent clauses. You have to find out the independent clause from these sentences. I haven't had a single drop of water all day. Okay, so you have to write about independent clause. Although I washed the peas with clean water thoroughly. Pesto sauce is made using a mortar and pestle. When I ran out of olive oil. This first one is what? It's a independent clause. When we know that when we use subordinating conjunction, that clause is nothing but a dependent clause. You can easily understand the same. In the second sentence you can see although, means this sentence is an example of dependent clause, and we have to just identify the independent clause. Okay, so now I hope you can do these two remaining. Let's take the fourth question set. Identify the dependent clauses. You have to identify dependent clause. A dependent clause may be longer than an independent clause, which is simple because two sentences would be there. Correct. You can easily see because they have used, it's a subordinating conjunction. So this is an example of dependent clause. So like that, please find out the remaining three sentences. Just check and find out how many sentences are of dependent clauses. Okay, so just check them. Fifth one, underline the independent clause in each sentence. You have to do, you have to just underline the independent clause. We spent all day baking a cake and preparing snacks, so no one remembered to invite the guest. Because I forgot to boil some water this morning, we will have to buy some boiled water. So from these you have to just underline the part which is independent clause. Huh? Like this, we spent all day baking a cake and preparing snacks. Here you can easily see there is a subject, this we, and the remaining part is a predicate part. Hence it's an example of independent clause. Hope I hope you have understood the same. Okay, if not, please let me know. You can call me, you can WhatsApp me. Correct. So another question set. This sixth one is underline the dependent clause in each sentence. Here you have to underline the dependent clause. It's a very simple. That sentence starts with subordinating clause. Subordinating clause. Such a sentence is nothing but an example of dependent clause. You can see here. Okay. You can easily see here. As is also a part of subordinating conjunction. So here this complete sentence, okay, is nothing but an example of dependent clause, correct? And I hope you can find out the remaining ones, or from the remaining sentence a dependent clause. Yes, very good. Next, which is the seventh one, change each independent clause into a dependent clause by adding subordinating conjunction. Here you are supposed to add subordinating conjunction, and they have given independent clauses and we are supposed to change them into dependent clause. Crushing the ingredients gives the sauce a better texture. Crushing the ingredients gives the sauce a better texture. So now can you tell me which subordinate clause should we add so that we'll get one dependent clause sentence? After crushing the ingredients gives the sauce a better texture. Okay, after crushing. So like that, complete B, C and D. Correct? Ninth and 10th, last question set. And students, you have to complete all these questions. In case if you have any doubt related to the same, you can let me know. Join the clauses using a coordinating conjunction. Only two sentences are there. You are supposed to join by using a coordinating conjunction. It is an extremely hot today. I want to eat something fresh and light. It is an extremely hot today. Okay, so you have to add something here, one coordinating conjunction, and you have to make a separate clause. Or okay, salads are made of fresh green leaves. They are delicious. So you have to make these two sentences by using coordinating conjunction. You have to make them one. Okay. Last set, join the clauses using a subordinating conjunction. Here you have to add subordinating conjunction. Already we have seen subordinating conjunction means what. And here you have to do one simple thing. That simple thing is nothing but you have to just add a subordinating conjunction, only one word, and you have to join these two separate sentences. As you can see here, this sentence is finished here, it is here, means we are getting two separate parts, this one, okay, this is the second part of the sentence, and of course this is the first part of the sentence. Okay, so one, two, so in between them we have to add subordinating conjunction, correct? Already we have seen some of the subordinating conjunctions, so need not to think much, just go with it, complete your homework and send it to me. I hope you have understood each and everything which we have learnt today. Okay, so thank you so much for watching so patiently and listening me. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot.